There is a type of harm that does not announce itself with a shout. It whispers. It moves in the quiet spaces of a relationship, often disguised as care or sensitivity. This is the world of the covert narcissist, unlike their overt counterparts who are loud, boastful, and demand the spotlight. The covert narcissist wears a different mask. They may appear shy, introverted, deeply empathetic. Need for admiration, lack of true empathy, entitlement, hidden beneath a veneer of humility or victimhood. Recognizing them is not about sensationalism, it is about self-preservation. It is about understanding the subtle emotional erosion they can cause. Understanding the distinction is crucial for your own clarity. The overt narcissist is the obvious storm. You see the dark clouds, you hear the thunder, and you know to seek shelter. Their grandiosity is a clear and present warning. The most consistent role of the covert narcissist is that of the victim. They have a PhD in portraying themselves as the wounded party. Their life is a series of unfortunate events. They are perpetually misunderstood, unsupported, let down by a cruel world. This is not simple pessimism. It's a strategic tool. They constantly frame themselves as the underdog. They elicit sympathy, attention, and emotional supply. They make you feel sorry for them. In that pity, they control your actions and emotions. Small slights become major betrayals. Minor inconveniences become epic struggles. They keep an inventory of past hurts. They can recite it on command. That narrative lets them abdicate responsibility. Nothing is ever their fault. Problems are caused by other people, by circumstances beyond their control, or by your own insensitivity. This behavior is designed to make you feel guilty. After everything I've done for you, this is the thanks I get. It's okay. I'm used to being disappointed. Nobody ever really shows up for me. Those lines make you retract your boundary and soothe them. They go quiet and withdraw. I guess I'll just have to figure it out on my own, like I always do. They don't yell or argue. They make you feel like a terrible, selfish person for having a life. Direct conflict is too risky. It exposes them and makes them look aggressive. It shatters their carefully crafted image of being gentle or vulnerable. Instead, they become masters of passive aggression. This is the art of expressing negative feelings indirectly, rather than dealing with them head-on. Anger disguised as forgetfulness. Criticism veiled as a compliment. Hostility delivered with a smile. The goal: make you feel confused, guilty, off balance, all while they maintain plausible deniability. They'll claim you're misunderstanding, or that you're being too sensitive. This behavior shows up in subtle ways: silent treatment, forgetting something they promised, sarcastic jokes with a sharp edge, then, "I'm just kidding," backhanded compliments. "That dress looks amazing on you. I'm so glad you're finally starting to take care of yourself." Exact phrases are ambiguous to make you second-guess yourself. Example phrase: "Fine, do whatever you want." Tone that clearly communicates they're not fine. After silence: "I just thought you'd care enough to notice something was wrong." That puts the blame on you for not being a mind reader. They create a climate of uncertainty. You're always trying to decipher their true meaning. It's exhausting and anxiety-inducing. They cannot stand to see others succeed. It reminds them of their shortcomings. They will never admit this jealousy. It won't be expressed as open rage. Instead, it shows up as subtle digs, dismissiveness, sudden coldness when you share good news. Their envy is a silent poison that seeps into your joy. When you achieve something, watch their reaction closely. A faint, tight-lipped smile, then they change the subject, saying, "Oh, that's nice, I guess." Or they subtly undermine you by pointing out a potential future problem or reminding you of a past failure. Wow, good for you. They must have been really desperate for someone. "Oh, that? I had an idea like that years ago." They steal your moment and imply it's not original or special. Imagine finishing your first marathon, ecstatic, proud. You tell them. They say a muted, That's cool. Then, my cousin ran the Boston Marathon last year. It's a much harder race. Your triumph suddenly feels small. This is silent envy. It won't celebrate you. It quietly competes. Yeah. The covert narcissist loves to portray themselves as the ultimate martyr. They are the selfless giver, the long-suffering saint who sacrifices everything for the sake of others, especially for you. They keep a meticulous, invisible scoreboard of all the good deeds they have done, and they will subtly remind you of it whenever they want something. This is not genuine altruism. It is a transaction. They perform acts of service not out of love, but as an investment, expecting a return in the form of praise, gratitude, and most importantly, indebtedness. You are meant to feel perpetually obligated to them. They will often take on tasks that no one asked them to do, and then sigh heavily and complain about how much work they have. They want credit for their suffering. Their actions are always framed as a sacrifice. They will stay up late to finish a project and then make sure everyone knows how little sleep they got. Picture this. You are planning a family gathering. The covert narcissist insists on cooking the entire meal by themselves, refusing all offers of help. Throughout the day, they make comments about how exhausted they are and how much work it is. When the meal is finally served, they sit with a weary sigh and say, "I hope everyone enjoys it. I didn't have time to eat anything myself." The focus is now on their noble sacrifice. Right. Despite their hidden grandiosity, the covert narcissist has an incredibly fragile ego. They are deeply, profoundly sensitive to criticism. While an overt narcissist might react with rage and aggression, a covert narcissist is more likely to react with a display of deep, dramatic hurt. They will not yell. They will crumble. This fragility is not a sign of genuine sensitivity. It is a manipulative tactic designed to shut down any form of feedback and to make you feel like a bully for daring to voice a concern. Even the mildest form of constructive criticism is perceived as a vicious personal attack. Their defensive reaction is swift and disproportionate. They may burst into tears. They may give you the silent treatment. They may accuse you of being cruel and unfeeling. "I can't believe you would say something so hurtful to me, especially with everything I'm going through." "You're right. I'm just a terrible person. I can't do anything right." You wanted to talk about a small problem, and now you find yourself comforting them and apologizing. The original issue is never addressed, which is exactly what they want. The phrases sound modest but center their superiority. I mean, I'm no expert, but people keep asking me for advice. I hate attention, but they insisted I accept the award. I barely studied and still passed. I'm not that talented. I just somehow always end up leading the project. It fuses self-pity with self-praise to secure admiration without appearing overtly grandiose. This essay is not a tool for diagnosis. You cannot and should not diagnose anyone from a distance. Instead, it is a guide to patterns of behavior. It is a checklist for your own gut feelings. If you consistently feel drained, confused, and responsible for someone else's emotional state, these signs may provide the language for what you are experiencing. The goal is to bring clarity to the shadows. Spotting these behaviors is the first step toward reclaiming your emotional well-being and setting boundaries that protect your peace of mind. It is a quiet act of self-defense against a quiet form of harm. Knowing these signs matters because the damage they inflict is real. It is a slow poison, not a sudden blow. It can leave you questioning your own sanity, your own perceptions, and your own worth. You might find yourself constantly apologizing for things you did not do, or walking on eggshells to avoid triggering their delicate sensitivities. This is not a healthy dynamic. It is a carefully constructed trap designed to serve one person's ego at the expense of another's spirit. Let us explore the 7 signs that can help you see through the quiet facade and recognize the truth. Recognizing these patterns is the first and most difficult step. If this checklist resonates with you, trust your feelings. If a relationship leaves you consistently feeling drained, confused, anxious, guilty, pay attention to that. Your feelings are a valid alarm system. The constant on-edge feeling is not a sign of your own failing. It is a natural response to a chronically unhealthy and unpredictable environment. Do not let them convince you that you are too sensitive imagining things. Your reality is your own. The next steps are about creating safety through boundaries. Boundaries are not about punishing the other person. They are about protecting yourself. Start small. Learn to say no without a long justification. Use short, firm, unemotional replies, a technique often called gray rocking. Phrases like, "I understand," "I will have to think about that," "I am not able to do that" can be effective. Do not get drawn into long, circular arguments where you have to defend your feelings. You do not owe them an explanation for your boundaries. It is crucial to seek support outside of the relationship. Talk to a trusted friend, family member, therapist. Keeping a private journal, saving messages can also be helpful, not as ammunition for a fight, but to validate your own experiences when you start to doubt yourself. Ultimately, you cannot change a person who does not see a problem with their behavior. Your energy is better spent on your own healing and safety, not on trying to fix them. In some cases, setting boundaries may mean creating distance, ending the relationship entirely. This is not a failure. It is a courageous act of self-preservation. Spotting the quiet harm of a covert narcissist is about learning to listen to the silence. It is about trusting your gut and choosing calmly and deliberately to walk back into the light. Your peace is worth protecting. Protect it.